Did you know there's a very haunted museum in Las Vegas? Welcome back to Paranormal on the Tracks. I'm Nick Sarlo. If you guys are brand new to the channel, please consider hitting subscribe, like, and sharing this video. Everybody knows all who Zak Bagans is. Zak Bagans is the host of the popular ghost adventure show that is on the Travel Channel. Actually, I don't even think it's on Travel Channel anymore. I think it actually moved. But anyways, Zak Bagans Haunted Museum is a paranormal attraction located in Las Vegas, Nevada. Like I said before, it was created by Zak Bagans. Everybody knows who Zak is, you know, the host of Ghost Adventures and everything. The museum is housed in a historic 11,000 square foot mansion that dates back all the way to 1938. The building itself has a dark and eerie history, having been linked to various deaths and violent events over the years. So you have Zak, who I'm pretty sure has a lot of attachments to him, holding a haunted museum filled with a whole bunch of haunted items in a place that already has a lot of death, or has seen a lot of death, and has a lot of violent history in that area. That's great. That's good place to put it. So the museum is known for its vast collection of haunted objects, many which are featured on Ghost Adventures and are said to be cursed, haunted, or possessed. Some of the most notable items include the Dybbuk Box, which is perhaps the most famous itself in the museum. The Dybbuk Box is a wine cabinet that is said to be haunted by a malevolent spirit. According to its story, the box was purchased at an estate sale and allegedly caused a series of disturbing events, including health problems and hallucinations for those who came in contact with it. The Haunted Mirror. Known as Mirror of Death, this antique mirror is believed to have been the cause of numerous paranormal occurrences. Some visitors report feeling strange sensations or seeing disturbing images in the reflection. Zak Bagans himself claims to have had unsettling experiences with it, including a feeling of a dark presence. The Annabelle doll. Now, this is not the same exact doll that Ed and Lorraine Warren have. They just have kind of like a replica of it, kind of like the movie. Now, they're saying this Annabelle doll is a cursed item. I don't know how it's cursed because the only thing I really know is that the original Annabelle doll is actually the cursed item. The haunted painting of a woman in a black dress. The portrait is said to be linked to a tragic story involving a woman who died in a fire. The painting is believed to be cursed, with reports of paranormal activity, such as the woman's face changing or becoming more distorted as people look at it. The clown doll. A terrifying looking doll that has been connected to reports of people feeling an overwhelming sense of fear when they are near it. Many visitors have claimed to feel a sinister energy in the presence of this doll. The cursed human skull. The skull is believed to be haunted by the spirit of its previous owner, a man who was involved in dark rituals. People who have handled or been near the skull have reported unexplained sensations or nightmares. Now, to go back a little bit, it says a man who was involved in dark rituals. It has been said that there is still dark rituals that still go on in the basement of the Haunted Mansion. So I think with that, with Zak, with the building, and with all these haunted objects, you're putting everything in one. So of course people who walk in there are going to have a paranormal experience. The Haunted Museum is designed to be a fully immersive experience with guided tours through various rooms and exhibits. Each exhibit is carefully curated to create a spooky atmosphere, often including dim lighting, eerie sounds, and props that enhance the sense of forbidding. The staff is trained to share the backstories of each haunted item, adding layers of narrative that make the museum feel like a paranormal storytelling experience. Zak Bagans is heavily involved in the museum, often using it as a place for paranormal investigations. He claims to have witnessed significant paranormal phenomenon there, and it is a popular spot for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. I don't think I would ever go inside of Zak Bagans Haunted Museum. I'm going to share a couple testimonies with you guys of people who have actually been inside of Zak Bagans Haunted Museum and exactly what happened to them. Zak Bagans has said that some of the objects in the museum are so dangerous that they could cause harm to those who are too curious or disrespectful. The Dybbuk Box in particular is often treated with extreme caution. Visitors are advised to follow the rules and warnings, as some of the items has been linked to strange illnesses, accidents, or even death. I think you have to sign a waiver before going into this museum. Zak Bagans Haunted Museum is a popular and chilling attraction that draws both paranormal enthusiasts and thrill seekers to Las Vegas. It offers a unique blend of history, mystery, and paranormal, showcasing objects and artifacts that are said to be imbued with dark forces. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, the museum is a one-of-a-kind experience for those interested in the supernatural. So I'm going to share with you guys right now a couple testimonies of stuff that has happened to people that have been inside of Zak's Haunted Museum. Patrick Curlis, who everybody knows, who is on the Shadowhunters team, they had flat tires. You're going to notice that's kind of a big correlation in here. Is a lot of people get a lot of flat tires when they are either leaving the museum or going to the museum. This is from Dana Stricker. I went a few years ago, didn't have a lot aside from one room. I left and had scratches on my back and neck. Cindy had wrote me and said, I've been there twice. The first time I went in Peggy the Doll's room, they had a spirit box going at that time, and they asked Peggy the Doll, what was your favorite toy? And she said, the Dybbuk Box. And then the last time that they were there, they had to get out of the room. She felt so sick and nauseous in that same room. David Taylor wrote, they did the RIP tour, which is like, I guess, like the higher end tour that you could do, and they take you all through everything, including the basement and all that. They did the RIP tour, so when they went into the basement where the satanic rituals and where Bela Lugosi's mirror is, he said he got massive vertigo and had to go outside and come back in. And then this last one is from Caitlin. This I had saved for last because it's got a lot of stuff, as you guys can see. So this is what happened to Caitlin when she went to the museum. They went to Zak Bagans Museum in Las Vegas on August 11th, 2024. When they had arrived, Nate went in to take photos in front of the building while waiting to go in. While doing so, he came across an odor of a dead body in front of the building. He then came back to the line, and the smell was gone. While Nate was doing that, a black crow, which technically can be a sign of death, landed in front of her on the ground and stood around for a few minutes. Once they were inside of the actual museum, she says you can feel an overall heaviness and change in the feeling of the environment. And it just felt off, she explains. While we were going through some of the exhibits, then our tour guide decided to share with us that the person who usually does the complimentary cleansing of the building at the end was out for the day. They also did the RIP experience and had access to 7 more exhibits throughout the museum than the typical admission. The basement was one of these extra places. She says, our tour guide said if we wanted to, we could go down, but she was not going to go down with us. It is not a place that she feels very comfortable. She really didn't want to go down there, but being with Nate, she said she felt safe. There are no lights, she explains, except a few very dim lights in the hallway, which illuminates the ritual areas and active spirit box in that area as well. As she turned the corner to the main area, her name came across the spirit box twice, and everyone heard it. She said then she instantly felt nauseous and a need to get out. She tapped Nate and told him we needed to leave, and they did. Then they met Peggy, the haunted doll. I'm going to stop you right there. I hate dolls with a passion, so I'm letting you know now that I probably wouldn't even enter that room. I can't do dolls. They're creepy. Chucky is okay. Chucky's haha, he's funny. But any other type of doll, like a haunted doll, I can't do it. So to go back, they met Peggy, the haunted doll. It is a doll that has an active spirit box attached to it and tends to communicate with those visiting. Now, they were told not to look at Peggy's eyes. For those that do, she is known to cause trouble. So I guess you're allowed to talk to the doll, but when they did the spirit box on there, Nate was the only one to ask a question, and he asked, "Do you like being here?" And the doll replied, "F*** yeah." Ooh, I would be out of that room. Once they did leave Peggy's room, Nate did share with her that they looked at Peggy directly a bit longer than advised and felt absolutely nothing. When they left the museum, nothing major had occurred other than the basement incident. Now, this is where everything happened after they got back. She says, after we came back from Vegas on Thursday, August 15th, it was one thing after another. Although some of the following wasn't horrible, it still was not great. On their way back, their first flight had got delayed. And then on that Friday, August 16th, I should probably put out there, they were in the middle of moving, so they were getting their house cleaned and everything. She says, the house cleaning we hired was not done, and $530 was stolen for a job not done. On that Saturday, a rip in her brand new couch upon delivery, to which she said she had multiple phone calls for a new piece, and then they finally received the piece on August 29th. Sunday, her first and only open house was not great, when the expectation from the realtor was supposed to be a lot greater than what it was. On that Monday, here we go again, they had a flat tire and 5 screws were found in her driveway. On that Wednesday, August 21st, one offer of $20,000 less than asking, expected to have multiple offers of over asking price according to the realtor. On that Thursday, Nate had suffered a medical emergency. That's all we're going to go with. I will not go into the rest of what happened. And then he was still having a medical emergency on that Friday, that Saturday, that Sunday. And Nate's a pretty healthy guy. I know who Nate is. So after going into Zak's museum, like I said at the beginning, people have been known to have stuff happen to them, flat tires, medical emergencies, or anything like that. So in this isn't just going into Zak's haunted museum. This is going into any haunted location. You need to be very, very careful on where you go. We always recommend doing some sort of prayer or protection before and upon leaving any type of haunted area. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, please subscribe, like, and share. And let me know in the comments section below, have you guys ever been to Zak Bagans Haunted Museum?